You know how it is in your life. You have periods of time where you encounter something initially incomprehensible and profoundly difficult, and things fall apart around you and within you, and maybe there you are for some indeterminate period of time in the underworld, right, suffering the torments of hell, but you emerge stronger and wiser, now able to deal with and to understand things that were beyond you to begin with. Well, that's the characteristic pattern of human adaptation. As such, there's no learning without at least a small death, which is part of the reason that we're eternally resistant even to the learning that might transform us. Now, if you understand that, and you'll come to understand that more deeply in consequence of this class, you may be able to see not that every treasure has a dragon, let's say, but that every dragon has a treasure, which is an unbelievably useful thing to know as you encounter the difficulties that will beset you as you make your way through life. There's an insistence beginning with the shamanic practitioners themselves that the manner in which we encounter the unknown elements of life tears us into pieces before reconstituting us. And if we can understand that process and accept it and even welcome it and even worship it, you might say, then we're best positioned to transform ourselves when necessity makes either doing that or dying necessary. So what will we examine in the Judeo-Christian tradition today, somewhat briefly? The notions of pride, self-consciousness, sin, and the fall of man that characterize the opening chapters of Genesis. The notion that personality can transform, but that's a consequence of humility. First, you're wrong, you admit it, you would like to change, and you're willing to, which Carl Rogers identified as the precondition for any successful psychotherapeutic endeavor, right? You have to come to the agent of change, let's say the therapist, knowing or hoping that you have something to learn in some manner to change in a beneficial way, even if that's going to be painful to you, as a precondition for the transformative process to even begin. That's identical to the proclamation that religious humility, which is the opposite of the greatest sin, which is that of pride, is the precondition for atonement. At-one-ment, the pulling of yourself back together and the uniting of that integrated self with, you might say, the world and the spirit of the world, the pulling together of that, and redemption, which is your ascent out of Dante's Inferno and the abyss back into something approximating the light.